The stock market is in free fall. The price of everything is skyrocketing, and another depression is coming sooner than you think. With all that's been going on, being frugal hasn't been this important to your family's survival since the Great Depression. But how much could you actually save by being frugal? And how fast could you actually make it happen? Hey everyone, Matt here from Family Money School. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to save over $60,000 every year. And I'm going to do it in just 15 minutes. So let's start the timer and get your thrifty on. First up is to make your own cleaner. No, you don't need that $10 bottle of eco-friendly vegan household cleaner. You can get the same result for pennies per use with a good old 50-50 mix of vinegar and hot water. Add in a little splash of lemon juice and you have a powerful cleaner perfect for countertops, sinks, floors, and more. And if you need to supercharge your scrubbing power, make a baking soda and water paste and scrub to your heart's delight. For laundry detergent, use 1/3 cup liquid laundry detergent and 1/3 cup of baking soda. Baking soda maintains the brightness of your clothes and it's a natural deodorizer. And don't go crazy on how much you use. I mean, whether it's shampoo, laundry detergent, or dish soap, live by the old adage, just a dab will do ya, and watch your products go way further. Okay, we've already saved close to $1,000, but I need to really get moving here to save over 60 grand in just 15 minutes. Next up, grow a garden. Now, one of the biggest food costs is fresh produce. In fact, in the last year, the price of fruits and vegetables have increased 8%. For just a couple bucks, you can pick up the seeds you need to grow an entire produce section's worth of fruits and veggies. Now, when you do need to head to the grocery store, planning your meals and making a grocery list and actually sticking to it is a favorite way to cut costs. Now, not only does it minimize waste by ensuring you use up everything you buy, it avoids those nasty impulse purchases that can happen when grocery shopping hungry. And if you buy in bulk and shop generic brands, which are often as good or better than name brands, you can save yourself up to 40%. Now, you can save even more money if you're willing to give up meat. I mean, a pound of beef rings in at $5.40, and a pound of chicken costs a little over $4, while fruits and vegetables average around $1 to $2 per pound. Now, that difference can add up to hundreds of dollars every year and cut your annual grocery bill massively. But if you can't give up meat, at the very least, buy the whole animal. I mean, why spend upwards of $4 a pound for boneless and skinless chicken breasts when you can buy an entire chicken for about $2 a pound? And as any chef or Depression-era cook will tell you, bone-in cuts of meat taste better. So it's a win-win. And whatever you do, don't waste food. The average household wastes 32% of its food. And with a family of four spending anywhere between $600 and $1,400 on groceries each month, depending on the age of their kids, you can save over $400 just by eating what's on your plate. Okay, how are we doing for time? I gotta get rolling here, but I've got a secret savings tip coming up that's gonna help you save 10 grand every year. Okay, this next one is a personal crusade of mine. Just ask my wife. It's eating things close to or beyond the expiry date. Now, according to the FDA, the best if used by labels that you see on packaged foods relate to the quality of the product, not whether it's adequate for eating. Instead of tossing out products past the best before dates, inspect them to see if they've changed in color, consistency, or texture. If they have, you may want to avoid chowing down. But fruits and veggies that are getting a bit squirrely can still be eaten by cutting out the brown spot on a banana or eating that strawberry that doesn't look quite as fresh as when you first bought it. And you can freeze or dehydrate these things to use them later in soup, on a salad, or simply to snack on. And vegetables that are getting a bit wrinkled, well, they are great in stir fries. Now, one of the biggest money savers when it comes to food is to master the basics of cooking and cook from scratch. Not only is this better for your health and allows you to spend more time with your family, the average household spends almost $300 a month eating out, so you can save huge money. And at the end of the month, you can do a pantry purge. For 1 week at the end of the month, just cook what's in your pantry. In fact, we recently did this right before getting ready to leave for a vacation. And if you're like me and not a Houdini in the kitchen, an app like Supercook will allow you to find delicious recipes by selecting a group of available ingredients so you'll always be happily fed. And next up, learn to can. Now, we have a bunch of apple trees in our yard, and as much as I love a fresh apple, there is absolutely no way our family can eat or give away all of them. So in the last few years, my wife has learned to make applesauce. She cans like crazy for a day. And then we have delicious applesauce to eat for the year. That literally costs us nothing. This is taking too long. But I just have to tell you that another killer way to save huge on food costs is to eat your leftovers. My kids don't love leftovers, but we're working on building a use it up, wear it out, make do, or do without mentality in them. They often get leftovers for lunch, and I almost always take them for work. And with the average American spending $53 a week going out for lunch, the savings add up quick. Not only will eating leftovers cut down on food waste, it'll also help you minimize a massive budget buster, which is eating out. Now, going cold turkey and never eating out again will save a lot of money. But for my wife and I, eating out is one thing we love to do. To do it on the cheap, stay away from soda, tea, and overpriced alcohol and stick with water. You can also avoid ordering appetizers before your dinner. Or you can split meals when you go out to eat. And one thing my wife and I often do is instead of ordering more expensive main dishes, we'll order a few cheaper appetizers. Not only do we get to try a bunch of different foods, it keeps the bill from ballooning. Now, this next one is a bit controversial, but fasting is something I've done for a few years and it's been great for me. Not having breakfast definitely saves some money, but more than that, it helps me prevent long-term illnesses and the costs that may arise from them. Okay, we've saved close to $15,000 and our time doesn't look too bad, but there's still a lot of saving to be done, so let's get moving. Now, to really move the needle on your savings, we need some big ticket strategies. So to save huge money, you need to avoid debt. To do this, pay with cash. When you go out somewhere where you're not intending to spend money, like maybe the gym or walking the dog, leave your credit card at home so you're not tempted to buy anything unplanned. The key to avoiding debt is to understand the difference between wants and needs. It's one of the first things I taught my kids, and it's something I spend a lot of time talking about in my money courses for kids. You can check out the link below. Now, the bottom line is to only buy what you need, not what you can afford. With Americans paying around $120 billion in credit card interest every year, that works out to about $1,000 per household. Do yourself a massive favor and save that cash by not carrying a credit card balance. And to really jack up your savings, don't buy on impulse. According to a recent study, Americans spend $314 a month on impulse purchases. That works out to a stunning $3,788 every year. To steer clear of this insane waste of money, use a mandatory waiting period on any purchase over $100. Next up, to shed some light on your spending tendencies, you should check your bank account balance on a regular basis. Now, this seems too easy, but self-monitoring has been shown in research to have a significant impact on behavior. Simply being aware of what's going on in your bank account will allow you to do a better job of controlling your spending habits. And one way to minimize your spending is to borrow instead of buying. Go to the library where you can borrow tons of things besides books, like tools, instruments, even passes to local museums. And if the library is not your thing, borrow from friends. I recently borrowed a chainsaw from my neighbor when I was doing some yard work. Just be sure to pay it forward and share the love with other people around you. How are we doing for time? This is way harder than I thought it was going to be. Now, if you are buying, look to first buy used. Cars, bikes, furniture, toys, clothes, exercise equipment, golf clubs. I've even bought a popcorn maker. I have purchased tons of things used and saved a boatload of money. In fact, one Canadian survey found that individuals who buy secondhand saved an average of $843 every year. And if you are buying new, only buy things that you are going to like or enjoy long term. In short, don't waste money on things unless you absolutely love them. If it's not a heck yes, it's a heck no. Now, in addition, when you do find the need to spend, don't spend blindly. Be sure to always look for sales and compare prices to get the best deal. And there's never any embarrassment in using coupons. In fact, one recent survey found that people could save $1,465 just by using online and mobile coupon codes. Add in the money saved from old school coupon clipping, and you could save north of $2,000. Now, if you really want to get extreme, have a no-buy day, week, or month. Now, depending on how long you hold out, you can save up to $1,000. In general, just buy less. As the Depression era saying goes, You only need 3 changes of clothes. 1 to put on, 1 to take off, and 1 to do without. Become a minimalist and live a full life without the anxiety-inducing clutter. My wife always says, a cluttered home leads to a cluttered life. And we can all use a simpler life and home. Now to make this happen, declutter and have a yard sale. I mean, your junk could be someone else's treasure. According to the New York Times, you can make between $500 and $1,000 from your old stuff. And if you have a yard sale every 5 years or so, that's a cool $200. Okay, we've saved $25,000 and we've still got, not much time. I gotta get flying here. Buying gifts can really add up. I know because we budget $200 a month for gifts. I know, insane. By making your own gifts, writing a heartfelt note, penning a poem, or singing a song, you can not only deeply impact those you love, but you can also save a ton of cash. All right, next up, don't pay for something you can do yourself, like cutting the grass or cleaning your house. Now, this is a balance between the value of your time and of your money. And only you can decide which is worth more to you. What I do know is that even though it can take some time, you can save a ton of cash if you learn how to fix your own stuff. YouTube and other places on the internet are amazing for this. And I fixed toilets, cars, and ovens. I mean, just last week, my dishwasher stopped working. After 20 minutes on YouTube and a quick stop at Home Depot, I had everything I needed to get it humming again, saving me a few $100s on a costly repair. In short, your motto needs to be, fix it before you replace it. Another simple cost savings in the DIY area is to cut your own hair. The average haircut costs around $30, so skipping 1 haircut a month will save you big bucks. And when possible, buy reusable items. Buy containers, not Ziplocs. Use rags instead of paper towels. Use reusable shopping bags instead of plastic ones. All right, time for the $10,000 recession-busting frugal living special sauce tip. And just in time because the clock is winding down fast. So this next one isn't a cost savings, but raising your income will increase your bottom line. There are tons of things that you can do to make money on the side. And to help you out, I made a video about the top side hustles that no one is talking about that you can check out right here. Now, whether you choose to donate plasma, take care of dogs, or charge electric scooters, the bottom line is that you can make some big money. And let's piggyback on that massive influx of cash with another game-changing frugal living hack. Housing is the biggest expense families have. And with the average purchase loan on a new home coming in at a record $453,000, slashing your housing costs will save you a boatload of money. And fortunately for you, there are tons of things you can do to get creative with your housing. You can downsize into a smaller home or one in a less expensive area, or rent out a room, or buy a home with a basement suite and rent it out. If you have an unfinished basement and you're willing to take on a bit of a project, you can finish your basement as a suite. And if you're really adventurous, you can move into a multifamily unit and live in one unit and rent out the others. Now, these house hacking tips may sound a bit extreme, but so are the savings, with the goal being to get to a net housing cost of $0. And with the average cost of housing ringing in at $1,050 a month, that translates to over $12,000 every year. Now, if house hacking isn't your thing, everyone can afford to cut their guilty pleasures in half. In our house, we get pizza every Friday night. By the end of the week, my wife and I are beat, so dropping $25 to get pizza and hang out as a family is our go-to. But if we could cut that down to twice a month, we would save big money. Now, your guilty pleasure could be Starbucks, takeout, going to the movies, shopping, whatever. Just cut it in half and save huge money. Now, next up is to save half of any unexpected money, like financial gifts or bonuses. When it's your birthday or you get your Christmas bonus, as a principal, mine is massive, it can be super easy to blow it all on things you don't need. Because when you get an unexpected influx of cash, it feels a bit like you're playing with house money. Instead of mindlessly spending it though, make it a practice to save at least half of any of this found money. Getting into the habit of doing this will build your savings muscles, while also allowing you to enjoy these unexpected windfalls. Now, when it comes to handling your money, there is no tool more powerful than the budget. By planning where your money will go each month, you'll ensure that every dollar is put to work and you won't waste any of your hard-earned cash. It all comes down to simple math. And when it comes to budgeting, if you spend more than you make, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out where you'll end up.
What's your prediction for the fight then?
Prediction?
Yes, prediction.
pain.
That's why it's critical that you plan your spending so that the cash you spend is always less than what you make. Planning where you'll spend your money is great, but if you don't know where it actually ends up, it's not very effective. That's why you need to actually track your spending. Now, there are lots of great apps out there that you can use to ensure you're not overspending. I'll link to them below so that you can check them out. But which one you use isn't critical. Just choose the one that works best for you. You can also check out my video here, which will walk you through step by step in detail how to build your own budget. Next up, you can save your change. The great college basketball coach John Wooden said that if you do enough small things well, you can make big things happen. The saving your change is like that. In fact, I read a story about a girl who saved $1,500 over the course of 6 years. And in our family, we've got a big jar full of change that we're using to save for a Disney cruise. If you can follow suit, you can add to your savings too. Another huge cost savings is to take it easy on your entertainment. I mean, we all love entertainment, and whether it's subscriptions like Netflix or Disney Plus, cable TV, going to the movies or a concert, eating out a ton, I mean, it can get crazy expensive. In fact, the average American spent $2,900 on entertainment alone last year. Do yourself a favor and save that money. Go to the beach instead of the theater, have a picnic instead of eating out, or have friends over instead of going to that expensive amusement park. Now, not only will your wallet thank you, your body, mind, and spirit will too. And to take your savings over the top, give up any expensive habits. Stop buying alcohol and cigarettes. Drink water rather than bottled beverages. If you gamble, stop. I mean, don't play the lottery. You've got a better chance of being struck by lightning twice than you do of winning the lottery. At the end of the day, if it costs you money and doesn't improve your health and wellness, then give it up. It's not only wise financially, it's an investment in your future. Whew, we made it, and just under the wire. Now, in the end, some of these, like quitting smoking or budgeting, I mean, in my mind, they're no-brainers. But many are a balance between saving money on the one hand and saving time on the other. Sure, you can cut coupons, but it might take you hours. Does it make more sense to just go out and spend the extra money? That's up to you to decide. But you don't always have to drop huge money to get amazing quality products. In fact, in the next video, I'll show you 15 expensive luxury products that you can get for dirt cheap at Costco. I'll see you there.